Hi folks, it's John Nizman from lastchanceautorestore.com. I'd like to share with you a brief update. I'd just like to talk about the progress on the 1958 Chevrolet Impala that we've been working on. There's been several videos that we shared with you with the 409 big block motor, the 4-speed manual transmission, the upgrade with the valve covers. And in one of our videos, when I was getting all excited about the engine being reassembled and put back into the chassis, we were waiting for headers. And in one of the videos, I had mentioned that, and I showed these headers, and I was all excited because they were supposed to be a specific header made for our application. So we have, it's a 1965 409 motor that's being installed in a 58 Chevy Impala. I was assured by one of our speed shop suppliers that these headers were the correct headers for our application. I don't want to say he lied, but they fibbed, and they will not and do not work. So basically we're just going to update and share with you, just so you don't run into the same kind of concern that we did, because it's very frustrating when you try to plan the build and the reassembly and you're relying on experts to send in parts. So with a lot more research, we were able to find the correct headers for our application. And they're a super heavy duty, they're a custom made header, and they turned out very, very nice. And the reason why, there's a couple of different ways to go. Because this has the X-style frame, the Impalas, they're very, very tight or snug in this area, and then your collector needs to kind of kick out the side. So it's a very unique style where you can see how straight it is by the engine where my left hand is, but as you come down to where my right hand is, it has quite an angle and a taper to it, and that's because of the X-frame. So it's a special application because we have a newer 409 engine going in an older frame. We have to make sure that we have the proper clearances. So this is the correct header. We have it right this time for our application. So these are a custom-made header, and our client decided to go with this style, which is an unfinished or untreated steel, or a natural steel, and then we have the high-end wrap, and that's the look that the client wants to go for, is the original steel look, rather than having them high polished or ceramic coated, and we'll be wrapping it with a special high heat manifold tape. More of an era correct looking kind of idea. So I'll just set this header down, and we've dry fitted the header onto the driver's side so I can share with you how it looks and how it's supposed to fit. So these headers are a custom header made by a company called Doug's. So they're Doug's headers, and you can see the plate, the thickness of this plate. The quality is substantial. Now for you keeners who are watching this video, you'll notice I don't have the exhaust manifold gasket in here. We did this intentionally. This is just to make sure that we have clearance, because you can see with the upper control arm and our frame, we wanted to make sure that everything kind of fits. So we dry fit them on like we are doing here, and then once we have verified that it works and it fits our application, that's when we'll remove the header away from the head. We'll install the proper gaskets, and then we'll bolt it in correctly. So I think the camera can pick it up if we look down the driver's side, and then you can come and see the way it comes out by the frame. And this is the correct type of bends, and it's a fully tuned header system. So it's going to make this 409 engine really happy, and everything is tuned properly, and the location, once the body is set on, then we'll make a custom dual exhaust system for it. We have our own bender, so we'll end up making exhaust. It's going to go between the inner rocker panel of the body and the outside of the X-frame, and it'll be a true dual exhaust system. So this is going to work really well for application. So this is coming along quite nicely. In a previous video we talked about the valve covers, where they're a really nice cast cover. We showed you the one where we had done some polishing. We don't have all the lights on here, so it might not show up as well, but on the other side we've started to polish it too. So that valve cover is set on there, and we've started the process of removing the cast, and then all of these ribs and the correct script for Chevrolet will be more of a high polished look. So I guess it's going to be more than just show, it's also going to go, because it's a really nice big block 409 for this Impala. So just a quick little update. I thank you for watching. I'm John from lastchanceautorestore.com.